Hey guys, it's me, Jared, and a couple days from now, it's still the 28th as opposed to the message that I put this morning about the Hobbit DVD Blu-ray release, but a couple days it'll be March 5th. March 5th is the release of like a ton of games. Tomb Raider, the beta for Arma 3, and I believe, if my date is correct, SimCity 5 comes out. Now, I've already got SimCity 5, and I got to play the beta, and the beta was fun. And a lot of people that had some complaints about it versus 4, some were justified, and the rest I just don't think people really delved. I mean, you only had an hour per city in the beta, so I don't think people were really able to take a chance and delve a little deeper into what their cities could do. Because the detail level on a lot of what you can do is in SimCity 5 is incredibly high. I mean, you can literally drill down almost everything from pollution, crime rates, what areas actually produce high and low and medium citizens that move in. Same thing with commercial buildings and residential and industrial even has the same thing. And then, you know, the breakdown of each item you can unlock and what you can add to that item to make it even more efficient. Things like that. I just don't think a lot of people were able to touch on those in the beta. And it kind of threw some people off because nobody's hearing about a lot of the extended stuff you can do in SimCity 5. And they lost interest because of it. And it's sad because it really does look like a very, very well put together game. It looks almost... I mean, it may not look on the surface as complicated as SimCity 5 was, or maybe as robust. But I think with a little bit of time, you know, if you can sit there for over an hour and actually play your city and realize what you could really do, then it really becomes something more of like, this is really a big program. It's nothing that's just a tiny little program. Now, I know the biggest complaint, of course, is the region size and what the size of your city is going to be. Obviously, the city is limited to a certain size, which in SimCity 5, or in 4, what would be a region in 5, you could have as one whole city in 4. And that's fine and dandy, except when you are looking at it the perspective that they did, and I think they did this right, is that when you're, especially if you're playing online where you have other people that are going into certain cities in your region, you're no longer just full-timing your region or your city, but everybody in the region is loading full-time, real-time, as much as you are. So you're not just real-timing yours, but you're real-timing everybody else's as well. And I can understand why that might cause a problem with the city size. If you make the city too big and you've got 4 other people that have cities that big too, then yeah, it could cause a major problem where you're going to get a lot of slowdowns. Yeah, granted, they could have avoided this by not doing regions at all, but then it might have made it not as fun, and I think the idea for the co-op mode with regions was actually a really good idea. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I really hope other people start looking forward to it. Now, I didn't do the deluxe edition. I went ahead and just did the limited edition because I couldn't justify that kind of money for just a couple extra tile sets, so I didn't do that. Now, granted, after looking at the tile sets online, and some people had, you know, I think SimCity EA on YouTube had some tile set showings, and some of the buildings you can do are really nice and really incredible looking, but everything else, you know, I don't see a point. In the limited edition, you know, it's just the same price as standard, and that's only, of course, limited time, but, you know, I just think a lot of what you're going to be able to do with this is going to make it worth it. Now, do I think there are going to be other DLCs? Most definitely there'll be other tile sets, other DLC. And they probably won't limit you to, you can only play in a region if they have your matching tile sets or anything. I'm sure you'll be able to play it. They just won't be able to place them themselves. So I'm kind of wondering if that's what they're going to do. They haven't really officially announced that part yet. But I'm really looking forward to this. It's only going to be in 5 days, so what, next Tuesday? If you've already pre-ordered it, you'll be playing it on Tuesday. So I'm looking forward to it, and you know, I think it looks like a fun game. And again, there's a lot of fun stuff coming out on that 5th of March. So we'll see who wins the fun one on that. I have a big feeling Tomb Raider is going to end up being really good. I didn't say that about a lot of other games. When Colonial Marines came out, I wasn't sitting there going, "That's going to be a great game." I couldn't tell. It just didn't look. It looked good, but then it didn't look okay. Like, it looked a little off. They showed the tech demo, or the demo they showed at E3, and it was like, wow, that's really impressive looking. But then you look at it and you're like, games are never really that polished. I'm sorry. And it was correct. They weren't. I mean, that game wasn't polished at all. So, But Tomb Raider looks incredible, and some of the people that have already gotten actual review copies released some good ones. And I told you about the Conan O'Brien review, which was really good. It looks like a great game. So I don't know. I think Tomb Raider is probably going to end up being a Game of the Year contender. And I think SimCity 5, if it takes off well enough, could very well be as well. And I'm happy with the direction that EA did take in making at least one game PC only for now. I mean, who knows? They'll probably try to put it on a console later. But for what you can do and how detailed that game looks like it can really be, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So, March 5th, guys. Take it easy. Stay to my camera.